Welcome to Yoga Den. Hello. Today I'm going to show you 3 different yoga poses to start your day. Before you leave, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks. Alright, let's get to it. The first pose is a reclined butterfly pose. Keeping your feet shoulder width apart, grabbing onto the back of your thighs. Release your shoulders down, tuck that belly button in, and we're going to come slowly down to your back, releasing your head down, bringing the bottoms of your feet together and releasing those knees out to the sides. You can place your hands on your belly or out to the sides, palms up. Now another modification if you wanted to, if you have blocks, if not blocks, you can use pillows. You can place those blocks or pillows underneath those knees and release down. One more other modification, which I love, placing the blocks to the side for a second, bringing those knees up, bringing your arms along your sides and sliding those heels back to your middle fingers, lifting your hips up and placing that one block underneath your glutes, making sure that your lower back is in on top of the block. And then coming into your butterfly, releasing your arms out to the sides and closing your eyes and focusing inward on your breath, relaxing those facial muscles and breathing in through your nose and out through your nose, long deep breaths. You can hold each of these poses for 1 to 3 minutes depending on how much time you have in the morning to spare. This pose is great for stretching those hips, your hamstrings, your knees, those inner thigh muscles, also called adductors, and your chest. This pose also helps to alleviate any upper back or lower back pain. Alright, so coming out of this pose, bringing those knees back up, lifting your hips up, placing the block to the side and releasing down to the mat. Step your feet out the width of the mat, releasing your knees in towards each other. And just holding it here, allowing that lower back to release down into the mat. A couple deep breaths before we go into our next pose, which is happy baby pose, one of my favorites. You're gonna gently pull those knees in. If your hamstrings are tight, you could bring your hands on the inside, those inner thighs, and then allow those knees to release out. Closing your eyes here. You could also do a half a happy baby, keeping the one knee up and holding it here. We're going into a full half happy baby. Bringing that foot right above the knee, pressing that foot up towards the ceiling like you're going to walk on the ceiling, and at the same time pulling that foot down towards you. You could also extend that opposite leg if it feels okay. Or if you want to get crazy, go into a full happy baby. This is an awesome pose. Releasing those shoulders down. It's a good little energy boost too in the morning. It helps to realign that spine, so if you had a restless night's sleep, it feels really good. It opens up the hips, stretches those hamstrings, the inner thigh muscles. You can also rock your baby. Just be mindful of those hamstrings. You can keep a slight bend in the knee as you rock it. You can also go into a static stretch on one side. This also helps to stretch those bicep muscles and the forearms, which I love. And then bring those knees back in. We're going to bring them to the side because our last pose is going to be a standing pose. Now for this one, if you have blocks, pillows, or books, you can use them for this pose. Alright, so bringing your feet about hip width apart, bending those knees, tucking that belly button in, keeping that back flat. As you come forward, opening your heart forward. Never hunch forward like this because you could hurt your back like that. So grabbing those blocks, placing them underneath your shoulders, All right, hands underneath shoulders. Okay, you could hold them here, or you could lower down the level of the blocks if you have the blocks. And then releasing your head down, releasing your arms, allowing those feet to sink down into the mat, all 10 toes, the inner and outer edges of your feet, your heels. This helps to stretch your hamstrings, your calves, your hips. If you wanted to bring your hands back behind your thighs, grabbing onto your forearms or elbows, this also helps stretch your upper back and the rear delts of your shoulders. It releases your neck. You could also turn your head side to side or up and down. Or you could go into ragdoll pose, which is if you grab your elbows and hold it here, releasing your neck. You could also add some movement, swaying side to side. And then release. Bending those knees, grabbing onto your thighs, and rolling up. All right. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day and hope to see you again next week. Namaste. If you're having trouble sleeping at night, click on the screen and I will show you a couple different yoga poses to quiet your mind.